Why does it appear that modern society is seeing a rise in narcissists, especially the high-profile ones? Before I attempt to answer the question, it'd probably be a good idea to first cover what is actually meant by a narcissist. So a narcissist is someone who has a high sense of their own importance and requires constant admiration from those around them. They also feel that they deserve special privileges or special treatment and want to be recognized as superior, even without having any concrete achievements to back it up. In addition, they then make those talents and achievements they actually do have seem much bigger than they are in reality. As such, they then believe they are superior to other people around them, basically believing their own hype. This will then lead them to look down on others and feel that those others are not important to them. This feeling of superiority will mean they expect special treatment from others, along with being able to do what they want to do without their actions actually being questioned by any others. These are to both take advantage of others, but also not to be able or not to be completely unwilling to recognise the feelings of other individuals. They will expect always to be given the best of everything, just because who they are, and brag about who they are, giving the impression of being really conceited. Now, some people may do some of these things some of the time, but if an individual is doing most of these things most of the time, then they are a narcissist. At an extreme end, they may have narcissistic personality disorder. So, why do there appear to be more of these individuals around today than before? Well, in part, narcissism is a function of the promotion of the individual in some capitalist societies, where the overwhelming need to feel important is one of the driving factors in that society. Of course, with millions of people living in the society, only a tiny fraction of these individuals will ever feel truly important through their actions alone. Narcissist bypasses all the work generally required to be an important member of society by telling everyone that they are important and expecting them to believe it. This can be seen in the current trend of some male teenagers who are following certain influencers on the internet, telling everyone that they interact with that they're an alpha. The whole alpha delusion is basically a form of narcissism, and as such is harmful for their social development. All these factors lead into what can be summed up as self-esteem or self-worth. Now, in an individualist society, which basically measures self-worth in what can be crudely put as cash terms, so how much money do you earn, what kind of car do you drive, what luxury clothes do you wear, what kind of house do you live in, etc. All these items can feed into an individual's feeling of self-esteem. Now, other types of societies, there may be a greater influence on respect to others due to how much an individual adds to society. So people like doctors and teachers who enable those societies to actually function and additionally contribute to those places getting better over time and have respect from others. Even people who clean the streets or lay cables or any other ordinary job, they feel valued and respected by knowing that without them or somebody like them, society as they know couldn't function. In a society where self-worth is placed near the top of life goals, a narcissist has another route to the top. It's generally categorized as fake it until you make it. So they feel if they approach this situation with enough confidence in their own abilities or their personality, they will fool enough people into actually believing they do really possess the skills and abilities they're claiming to have, and hope in the process to make enough money to sustain their enhanced lifestyle. Now, numerous high-profile social media personalities are basically presenting this as a plausible path to success. In turn, there are many people attempting to follow this route, who then later crash and burn when they find out it doesn't work for them. It may leave them with both substantial social problems, like being deserted by their friends, along with serious financial problems, as their spending habits to maintain the fake status can't be matched by their bank balance. The influence of this in society can be demonstrated by asking children what they want to be when they grow up. While many still say things like a scientist, an astronaut, a doctor, a teacher, this number declines with the age of the children that are being asked grows, to be replaced with professional sports person, fashion designer, or even an influencer. So if the rise of narcissism is a key problem for society, what can actually be done about it? Well, like so many things, to make a real difference in society, it has to start young. So self-esteem shouldn't be seen as a goal in itself. Instead, self-esteem should be achieved as a byproduct of other achievements or work. Along with this, there's a key role of promoting efforts or attempts at doing things, not just those things that lead to success, as these can feed into the only way to earn praise is to succeed in everything. This isn't a case of giving participation trophies, but it's a serious life lesson. As most of the times, humans are going to try something new or difficult. We're going to fail in some way. It's how we deal with those failures or disappointments that are key to how we grow as a human being. The more effort we put into something, the more likely we are to succeed. Learning from failures teaches more than a string of successes ever will, not just on an intellectual level, but also on an emotional level. That key is that the more effort we put into something, the more likely we are to succeed. It's that putting in of the effort that should be rewarded, not the trying and failing. This same goes along with avoiding what's now become as helicopter parenting. It applies to more than just parents. The idea that someone in their life is constantly hovering over them, ready to swoop down and pick them up when something goes wrong, is not helpful as a developing child. Along with making mistakes and learning from them, also comes the idea that actions will sometimes have consequences, and those consequences can make the child feel bad. It shouldn't be an automatic helicopter that will swoop down to rescue them from the consequences of their actions, which should be constantly being supervised. This doesn't mean that the child has no love or attention. Their interests should be encouraged, just not to the extent where their abilities are dramatically overstated.